Accidents happen so quickly. That car seemed like it came out of nowhere. That fall, it happened before you even realized it was slippery. Injuries can happen before you have any time to make sense of the situation. And not long after that, the phone calls start. Maybe an insurance adjuster wants a recorded statement from you. The doctor, hospital, or clinic wants to know how you're going to pay for those medical bills. Your boss probably wants to know when you're coming back to work. And then you're left trying to deal with pain, appointments, missed work, and an insurance claim process that seems overwhelming. If you were hurt in a car crash, a trucking accident, farming accident, or a trip and fall or some other injury in Galesville, Trempealeau County, or anywhere in western Wisconsin, you need to be careful early on. A Galesville Personal Injury Lawyer can help you understand Wisconsin personal injury claims, auto accident laws, premises liability rules, product liability statutes, and those important deadlines that may apply to your claim. I'm Craig Steger. I'm a personal injury attorney with more than 20 years of experience handling serious injury cases, including trials against big insurance companies. Here are 3 things you need to know after a Galesville personal injury. Number 1, you don't have to give a recorded statement before speaking with a lawyer, and you never have to give one to the other person's insurance company. Insurance adjusters may make a recorded statement sound like it's a matter of routine or that you don't have a choice. They'll probably tell you they just want your side of the story, or that they're just trying to get your claim moved along. But if you're still in pain or on medication, recovering from surgery, you're probably confused, overwhelmed, and still trying to figure out what exactly happened. In that case, a recorded statement can create problems for you later on. Early on, you may not know the full extent of your injuries or whether there was any witnesses who saw what happened, or maybe if there was any video surveillance that captured the accident. You may not yet know whether there was a defective or dangerous condition that caused or contributed to your accident. You may not know whether a safety rule was violated, and you may also not know whose insurance company may be responsible and which policies may apply. So before giving a recorded statement, make sure you understand who is asking for it, understand which insurance company that person represents, and ask whether you're legally required to give it. Understanding this can affect your claim. This doesn't mean you should be rude. It doesn't mean that you should ignore them. It means you should be careful before giving recorded statements, and if possible, talk to an attorney first. Second, if you can, photograph and document the scene wherever you were injured. This is especially important when the injury involves some sort of temporary condition. Ice will melt. That broken step that caused your fall, it magically got repaired. Those wet floors got mopped immediately. Cars and farm machinery gets moved, repaired, or sometimes destroyed. If you could do it safely, try to take photos and video from multiple angles, things that show the condition, the actual condition that caused your injury, as well as the surrounding area. You want to show any vehicle damage or machinery involved. Get the license plates, and if there's names or other identifying information on the vehicles, make sure you get pictures of that as well. Try to show any physical evidence that may be important later on. If you can, get the names and phone numbers of any witnesses who may have seen what happened. Write down what happened while it's still fresh in your mind. Don't assume that someone else will preserve the evidence for you. Surveillance video may exist from a nearby gas station, home, or other business, but it needs to be requested quickly before it gets deleted or recorded over. In a Galesville personal injury claim, video evidence can be the difference between a strong case and one that an insurance company denies entirely. Third, and perhaps most importantly, get medical attention and follow your doctor's recommendations. Don't try to tough it out. Delaying treatment can hurt your health. It could also hurt your case, so get checked out. Make sure you tell your medical providers what hurts. Now, don't exaggerate your symptoms, but also don't minimize them either. If your neck or your back hurts, tell them where it hurts and how bad it is. If your symptoms get worse with certain activities or over time, make sure you report that to them as well. Try to follow their treatment plan, even if you start to feel better. Go to those appointments or reschedule if you're going to not be able to make it. If you're referred to a specialist or for some special imaging, make sure you attend and follow up with them. Insurance companies love delays and gaps in treatment. They look for any time you missed a doctor's appointment. They'll look for any excuse to argue that you weren't really hurt, or if you were, it was minor and you recovered quickly. Good medical care protects your health and also creates the necessary documentation to prove what this injury did to your life. Serious injury cases are not just about paperwork, they're about your medical care, lost wages, family stress, insurance coverage and policies, liability, evidence, and sometimes whether the insurance company believes you are willing to take the case to trial. The same is true when a case involves a fatal crash or fatal injury. A wrongful death lawyer may need to move quickly to protect the family's rights, preserve key evidence, and deal with the insurance companies before the record gets shaped by their adjusters. If you have questions after a serious injury in Galesville or the surrounding areas, please talk to a Galesville Personal Injury Attorney as soon as possible. In the meantime, if you want to understand what happens next, watch the next video on the screen or in the pinned videos below, where I explain the entire process of a Wisconsin personal injury claim from start to finish.